to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ebro in the Morning. Laura Stiles, Rosenberg's out handling family business. We have Coco Jones, R&B, young R&B sensation on the program.
Hi.
As well as an actor.
Yes, as well.
What was the first love?
Music, for sure. I mean, I was the type of kid that just wanted to do more. So I'd be like, Mom, what else can I do? Like, I need more. And she'd be like, okay, just audition for this broccoli commercial. Like, I don't know. Like, she would just find little things for me to do. So acting kind of became like another thing.
Did you say a broccoli commercial?
I did audition and get this commercial for broccoli cereal.
Broccoli cereal?
Yes.
What's this now?
Like
I don't know. It never came out.
Okay.
But like,
you
we
got
had a green screen and there was broccoli and I was like, broccoli cereal. I don't know. I don't think it was good either, but I was acting my ass off.
Wait, so how old were you at this time?
I had to be around 9.
So your mom knew from the very beginning and was super supportive of you.
My parents were very supportive. My dad played professional football for 10 years, so he got to live his dream, you know? By the time he was retired, we were, coming of age and everything, so I didn't really get to see all of that. But the mindset was, if he got to live his dreams, who are they to, like, tell us,
They wouldn't.
You know?
And that's
So,
why he lived his dream, so that he could have the flexibility and the monetary support to take you around. And that's a dad's dream also, by the way. I don't know if kids know that. A lot of dads don't get to have that. I get to have that with my daughter now, where because I've worked, put in my time, I have an 8-year-old. I get to pick up from school. I get to drop off at school. I get to go to the things. There's a lot of parents don't get to do all that because workload, bills, whatever. So that also... I don't know if young people know that. That's a dream for parents.
It
to
definitely
be able to be there for their kids and like, oh, you're into something? We got money to help you go fly.
Now,
You know
I'm
what
one of 4, so it wasn't giving like, all right, let's do it. It was like, all right, here we go.
Right.
What we thinking here, you know?
So what are you, youngest, middle, where are you
I'm
at?
the oldest, but I have an older adopted brother, but of my biologicals, I'm the oldest. And I be running all them niggas up.
So it's all boys.
No. They're just... No, niggas. I have a sister, and she's the funniest of all of us. Like, she's hilarious. And then I have a younger brother. We're Irish twins. So I was born in January. He was born in December. And then I have my older adopted brother.
Got it. And so you guys, I'm sure, competed in... Did you ever play sports? Was sports ever
I thought basketball was my come up.
Right. And
yeah,
what happened?
but then I just started singing. I would do talent shows, and I just lived for that feeling more. I'm very competitive, and I love to like see the audience engaged in anything that I do. Heavily it was sports, and so then when I got that same feeling like on stage, I was like, I'm gonna try to do this. I want to do that actually.
And now, do any of the other siblings have something that they're in love with right now that you want to shout out? Maybe that they're
Mikey, what's up? Love y'all. My brother, he's actually training right now to go to whatever, declare for football and stuff, you know?
Yep.
So he's doing all of that. And my sister, she plays volleyball. I'm the shortest in my family.
Wow.
My little sister's 6'1".
Wow.
Yeah, so we were heavily on the athletes and athletic side. But yeah, I mean, they all low-key can sing, but they're just shy, I guess, in a way. Like, not like super shy, but I was always the kid that I was like, where's the camera? Is that up? Like, at the like school trips, I'd be like, hi, how are you? We're in Washington, D.C. today. Like, I was just doing the most, always. Always getting in trouble for singing.
I'm a huge fan, and I want to play music.
Okay.
And the reason I'm a huge fan is, you radiant, like you shine, right?
Thank you.
But also, the talent is really there.
Thank you.
It's not like you're not playing around with it. And the R&B world, which I follow through Instagram, all the different, they love you. And that's great for the music. It's great for the scene. So, and the records you're making, like I See You and some of these, right? You're making some great records. Now, are you writing? What's your tell me the whole recording before we start getting into more of the life of Coco Jones. Tell me about the music.
Yes, I write. I'm not the type of artist who I have to be writing every song. On my EP, I pretty much wrote on every song. I wrote on every song on my EP. But I'm also like, if it's a bop, it's a bop. Shawty swing my way.
Right.
I'm not that type of artist. But because I was independent and I didn't have the resources or the connections to like go in with the top producers the way I do now, I would just figure it out myself. I'd take beats from YouTube or literally like make beats with my voice. And so I feel like I have learned a lot of what I like to say and how I like things to sound because I have no options but to figure it out myself.
That's dope. And so music being the first love, but then acting being there. What was the first thing that was paying the bills? It was the acting was paying the bills.
It was
first.
the acting that was paying the bills. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, the first thing that I did on like Disney Channel was Next Big Thing, which is like their talent competition. And then when the channel
How old were you at this time?
11.
Okay.
And then when the channel likes you, they send you more opportunities. You know, you may not get all of them, but
Right.
they send them your way. And so I would audition. I was so terrible. But then I would get like little things, like little guest stars, and then it became like a reoccurring thing. And then I got like the made-for-TV movie, and like I was also touring with Radio Disney, like singing my little Ghetto EP that me and my mom made about sleepovers and basketball, singing that around your cities.
Yeah.
So I was doing both the things. It's kind of like, it's crazy because it's kind of like a renaissance moment now, like doing these shows, doing this press and filming Bel-Air. I was literally doing all of these same things at 15, 16, and it just kind of like went away, and then it came back heavier with me being like who I really am now.
Right now.
But it sounds okay. Sorry.
ahead, sorry.
It sounds like you were so committed to your craft. So, what about your regular kid life? Like, did you go to a traditional like elementary, junior high school? Were you homeschooled?
I went to real school as long as I could. Like
Yeah.
in Lebanon, they didn't really care for real, so they were like, "You're never here, but just here."
Right.
I was like, "Okay,
Wait,
thanks."
where is this now?
Lebanon, Tennessee. Like
Okay.
it's close to it's 30 minutes outside of Nashville.
Okay.
So I just say Nashville because who's trying to explain all of that? But
Right.
Lebanon, Tennessee. I went to real school as long as I could, and then they were like, "All right, the attendance records are they're noticing now, you know, the higher up.
Right,
so
right,
what are we
right.
gonna do?" So then I went to homeschool my first year of high school and throughout, and then I graduated early, moved to LA at 17.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like you missed out though, like on certain like teenage, high school stuff? Did you go to prom? All of that.
I did go to prom. I did go to prom with this one guy. He was not, you know what? He was a nice guy. I just wanted to go to prom. So I was like, "You trying to go to prom?" But that's the type of person I am. Like, if I want to do something, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to go to a school and just be like, "You, sir, you want to go to prom?" Like, I just wanted to do it. So I did go. And I went to like the same school that I went to the prom of my best friend's school with
Okay.
this little nice guy. Alex, how are you? Anyway.
Don't do Alex like that.
He was cool. Like, if
but
I
you
see him
don't-
on the
you
street,
can't
it's
put the
good
little in
vibes.
front. Don't put the little in front.
I meant like, you're right. I'm sorry.
At the time, you guys were little.
Because
At the time, we were tiny.
little.
We
There you go,
were
there you
tiny
go.
and young. We were little to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a big world. But yeah, I do feel like I missed out on a lot of stuff because my siblings were like way more. I was the goody two shoes, and but I'm the oldest. But I just didn't have those opportunities to experience the things that they were doing. I didn't even really drink till I was 18.
That's cool.
And I went to it's not like you have to do anything at a certain age,
Right,
but I
right,
do
right.
feel like I was like mad lacking like that life. So when
Yeah,
I
but
went
you were
to
gaining so much other things.
I wasn't mad about it. I
Okay,
was focused on the bread. I'm that type of person. I'm
I
like,
just
I don't
don't
care
want
about
you.
none of
I
that.
don't want to look around in 10 years. We're loving Coco Jones. And you go through this spell like I didn't have a child.
No,
I was
no.
robbed of my.
No, I did have a childhood for sure. I do have great memories of being like a child, and a lot of them have to do with this industry, and which I loved at the time, and it was all like prettier. Like as a child, it looked like a fantasy.
Right,
now it's
right,
like,
right.
woo, that's a little ugly. But you know, my memories of it as a kid, they were beautiful. So
No, this industry's raggedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like now you see it with the lights
it's real
on.
treacherous.
The lights are on there.
I'm like, this is real sticky. I don't know if I live for it, but
I'm not sitting on that couch. No, sir. I'm not.
But you know what I did get to experience? So when I moved to LA at 17, I had met this guy that I liked, I had a crush on, and he had all these female friends, which, okay. And so then he took me to this party at USC, and I met all his female friends. I loved them. So then we all stopped hanging out with him, and I got to kick it with them like the entire time they were in college. I was in college too.
There you go.
I didn't go to none of them classes, but at the parties, I was there. The trips, I was taking them too. And I got to experience normalcy while also like auditioning and figuring out what the hell was going to happen here. It was like scary and hard and business and unfun, and then fun and carefree, and we're all like figuring out our lives and we have no idea what's going on. So I felt like I got to be normal in a way.
So now fast forward, let's talk more about being normal, right? Because I'm sure it's rather difficult. Or
Currently to be normal?
yeah, well, I mean, just like dating life, personal life. You know, you're busy, you're on the road. You know, like all of that kind of stuff. Because I know the guys is on you. Because there's a few dudes walking these hallways right now. When they heard you was coming up, they took showers, they put on cologne, they went clothes.
Yeah, I was like,
I'd be like,
okay.
wow, really, bro? Like, okay,
I've never
Coco's in the
smelled this
building.
before.
Not the shower being a shock. That is really treacherous. I feel as though dating in general, because I have best friends who are in the industry that I've known since I was a kid in the industry. I have best friends who have nothing to do with it, who are like business owners and entrepreneurs or nurses and like lawyers, or like they're completely different spectrums. And all of us in these streets are not living for it. The streets are cold and they're dirty, they're scary and it's loud. You know, I don't
by
know.
Streets, you mean dating?
The dating life is just treacherous.
I hear this from all women of all walks of life.
Okay, and that's how you know it has nothing to do with my industry.
And ages.
It's really the character of the men around. You know, I was telling my manager, I was like, I need to go to Texas or something because I heard that's what niggas say. But I do feel like in LA,
Texas, check in. Coco's looking.
What? Who you looked at? Oh, Texas over there. Oh, hi Texas. In LA, it is a little uglier because everyone's a little more self-absorbed. Everybody thinks they're hot shit, and like everybody's there for a strategic reason.
Yeah.
Like the people that aren't from there, at least they're there for something. So if you're not offering something that leads to whatever they want, it's kind of like, what is the real? You know, it's hard to see people's true intentions.
Yeah,
and that's in general, but it's really messy in LA. You know?
So are you even on that page as a professional, right? Because I hear that from dudes, and you know, it's tough to be like focused on dating or in a relationship for guys and girls, and also simultaneously prioritizing work and business, right? Because something's going to I guess not be executed well.
Right. You can't give your full energy to both.
Right.
I mean, you can and you can't. For me, right now, I know myself, and I know it's not good for me to be in love right now. So I'm just having fun.
Okay.
And like learning lessons and figuring out myself, what I do like and what I don't like. Because I know, one, that's going to lead to some good ass songs. And two, it'll help me figure out who I am. So by the time I get where I really want to be in my career, where I feel like this is all stable, I'm here to stay, this is my seat, you know? Not like, do y'all have an extra seat in this room? You know what I'm saying? So when I feel like I've secured my place in everything that I'm trying to do, then I will be more open to like really being in love for real. But I'm like, Lord, please don't. I don't want to do that right now.
Right. Because
that's
too much
just
work
too much.
to do.
It's too much. There's too much to do. There's no time. And I don't want to be distracted. I don't want my manager looking at me like, you trying to leave the studio.
I know your manager, she gonna look at you like that.
She'd be like, oh, okay. No, I don't want to be like that.
So how are you going to balance the success you're having and the more success you're gonna have in music? And I'm sure the opportunities that are presenting themselves in film and this sort of thing. Because, I mean, in some ways, it both can happen, right? Like, you could isolate a 30-day window and record an album.
30-day album?
I don't know. Like, you've been prepping it for
It's
a while.
Like a 30-day guarantee.
Well, no, you prep it for a while, and then you lock in and record.
Okay,
right?
okay, I
Boom,
can see
that's
that.
what
I can see that. Yes, okay.
And then that's out, and then you get a chance to go and do a movie or a film or a TV show. Is that where you're headed? Doing both?
I would like to have that balance. I do feel like right now the priority is to like break as an artist, you know, and to really do that. But then I don't see why it can't all be sectioned out in the year. You know, like if I'm very heavily focused on one thing at a time, I feel like I could do, you know, several big things each year.
There you go.
I want to do that.
I like it.
I want to do that. I want to be respected in all the categories.
It may not be as neat as you're making it out to be, like where you get
I know,
that
right?
kind of control.
But I want it to be. I have this idea in my mind that like when I'm on the big level, like Beyonce, I'll be like, it has to be this way, or I cannot participate.
When you went on the big level, you became British?
Big level, when I'm
Did you just become British?
No, sorry. Sometimes I do go randomly.
You're kind of doing it right now. Okay, so you have Bel-Air, and then your music is rocking.
But when I tell you, the Bel-Air spirit is very chaos because
Why?
I think because they're also figuring out. I mean, Peacock is a new platform, a new streaming platform, and we're a heavily black show that's a reimagination. There's a lot of like rolling the dice and trying things and scrapping it because it's not good enough. They're really perfectionist over there.
Right, and
with
it's also
what
a lot
they
of
put
pressure.
out.
It's a major show.
It is. It's one of the most popular shows, so they just are watching everything, and if they don't like things have to change. If things have to change, that means the schedule changed. If the schedule changed, we already planned 17 other things around that schedule that have to do with music, so now all of those things have to change. That balance has been very very treacherous, and I do appreciate my team for the patience and like trying to make it all make sense and do it all. I'm surprised at all the things we've done while filming a show that's still like just figuring their thing out, you know? It's been a lot of work. So ideally, when I'm Beyonce and I have my British accent on back, then I'll be like, it has to be this way. Give me the exact dates and they cannot change. I'm so sorry. But I'll be there and I'll give my A game. I'll be 100% so that they just do that and then I'll do my part and we can live a happily ever after.
So you brought up Beyonce a couple of times here. So I'm assuming your choreo game is official too when it's time to get to these dance steps. Your choreos.
I mean, I'm trying to serve the girls on 5, 6, 7, and 8. I just had one of my first performances like that was my own, you know? And it was sold out. And I was living for the energy. Like, there's things that I was doing in rehearsals. I was like, I think I'm gonna do like stuff like this. But when it was really the show, I was like, like I was just going off because that's the type of person I always have been. Like, even when I was a little kid, I remember singing the national anthem, and my mom calls it feeding the monster because it's just literally what happens. Like, I was singing the national anthem and I did like free, held the note out, and they were screaming, and I was like, and the hook. Like, it just charges me up when the audience is like engaged and when they're feeling it. And when I tell you, DC was lit.com. Howard Theater, they were there. They knew every word. So I was lit, and then I got off stage and I was crying my eyes out. So grateful.
Wow, so you're a roller coaster of emotions, I see, and personality, and it's all over the place all the time.
I'm definitely a roller coaster of personality. There's definitely at least 7 up in here. But emotions, I feel like I can compartmentalize. Like, if I'm frustrated in things, I'm like, I'm gonna save this cry for later. But if I want to cry because I feel that way, and it's like, I can still, I didn't cry on stage. I almost did, but then my manager was like, tighten up, and I was like, thanks. But like, I always save it for after the job is done. That's the type of person I am. Like, these emotions, I feel them, but not fully, not yet.
Coco Jones, I want to play ICU. What do you want to play?
We can play ICU. We can play Double Back. We can play Crazy for Me.
Okay, you seem excited about Crazy for Me. Let's play it. If you don't know about Coco Jones and you love R&B music or you just love an amazing woman, go check for her right now on Apple Music or anywhere you stream music. So other than Bel-Air and other than this R&B tour of your album that you're on right now, what should we be looking for if we're like, you know, because like I told you, I'm a huge fan. Laura's a huge fan. As you can see, like, we see what's happening here. This might be the last time we actually talk to you.
Why?
Because once you get big, we ain't going to fit on the schedule.
Don't say
That's
that,
not
Ebro.
even tea. That is
Don't
not
say
even
that.
factual tea. That's cap.
We're just making you feel bad to make sure you come back.
Exactly.
I will. Okay. I respect that. I respect the manipulation. I'll be back. Absolutely not. Like, I would never not come back here. Like,
No, I
y'all
know, but
y'all hot
it's
shit.
not like it's shade. It's like sometimes like the schedule, it's just bigger names on the schedule.
No, me and my manager are shaking our heads. No,
I'm just
that's
making
not what
sure.
it's
I'm
gonna
just
give.
making sure.
It's not what it's gonna give.
So-
Especially if you see the vision before. I always appreciate the people who know what's up before the what's up is what's up.
That's right.
I
I'm
never
here.
forget those people.
I'm here. So what should we be looking for? Is there movies in the
Yes.
tuck? Is there...
Okay, so the debut EP, you can look for me on tour performing that. I'm doing my own shows, places. I want to be opening up for another artist. It's all in the works on that side. But I'm going to be performing in your cities.
Okay.
Also, I want to work on my debut album. I want to have that out this summer too. And so I have to get in recording mode and really like attack that. It ain't going to be no 30 days, but you know,
But
something
if you're
around
prepping it, you know,
If
getting
I'm
it together,
prepping it, you
putting
know,
ideas
yes,
in place, you know
little
what I mean? That
things
way,
right
once
now.
you lock in, it's...
Exactly. When I
Yeah.
lock in, it's gonna be up and stuck. I don't know about film and TV. I mean, I told my acting management side, like, if there's something groundbreaking, send it my way. But there's a lot of stuff to do on the music side. And I'm just thinking,
And that's where your heart is at.
that's where
Yeah,
my
that's
heart
what it
is
sounds
at.
like.
For sure. That's where my heart is at. Yeah, man. I'm thinking back to the concert. That's where my heart is at. It's just, I love it so much. And I love acting too for different reasons. Acting is like a challenge and it's uncomfortable, but singing is like home. Like, if I can't sing, when I'm sick and I can't sing, I literally feel not myself. I feel low, you know? Just, what is my purpose here on this earth? But yeah, so we'll see. Probably it would just give Bel-Air season 3 if they do that. I think they're going to do it, but you know, we'll see.
Is it common? Is it known that basketball was a love of yours too? Is that a known thing?
I do feel like
I
it
read
was.
that.
I think it's known. I mean, also it's known that I'm tall, so I think people assume I was doing something. But I don't know. I think it's known. I talk
How's
about
the
it.
jumper?
It's crusty and rusty for sure.
We're not bringing that out at any NBA
No.
All-Star celeb situation?
I might. It would have to depend on what the situation is. I don't know. I would not want to see that because I would be humbled.
Got it.
Yeah.
So the handles are done too. No handle.
There's no handle. I
There's
mean,
nothing.
no. I put the basketball down and I picked up the microphone. So no.
It's
But I
not
do
there.
work out. I keep my fitness up.
Okay.
I do live for fitness. I love like kickboxing, high cardio, like HIIT workouts, anything with like rap music. I'm gonna be up in there, spin cycle, you know. But also because I want to be on tour, not giving Wheezy F baby.
Yeah, right. You don't want to be like, hold on, I gotta catch your breath.
Literally, I don't want to give that. That's not
Yeah.
the vibe. But basketball.
So
has
you
not
can sing and dance. You can hit all your notes and dance and
Yeah.
do everything at the same time. Look how serious she got. She like, why are you trying to play me and act like?
I mean, also I come from Disney. There was not a TV show that didn't have some sort of singing in it.
And
every
dancing,
audition,
yeah.
every audition that had singing or dancing in it, you're learning like it was like boot camp. You're learning choreo and then know your lines. Here's the song you have to sing. Be ready in an hour. Like, come on now, I'm 10 years old.
Right,
What
right,
the
right.
hell?
Right.
Did they cast Did they cast the what's the thing? What do they call them things? Live action.
Live action.
Did they cast the live action Princess and the Frog yet?
Princess Tiana?
Yeah, Princess Tiana.
No. I don't know if they're really doing that though. I think
Why
that was just a
wouldn't they
rumor.
really do that?
I do not know. I just said I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I'm
They
sure
come-
it's
and
gonna
so
come,
they come
though.
to you because you know who you are.
If they're doing it, then Shawty swing my way. I would do it.
You would.
Yes, I would
yeah.
play a princess, but that's way more than that's for legacy and generations of young black girls.
That's what I'm
That's for
saying.
them.
Yeah, that's
for,
different. Yeah,
That's for
doing
my
that
future
sitcom.
daughter. Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
stops. We're doing Princess Tiana.
It's got to be done. When
Yo,
everything
man,
stops.
I took Issa, my daughter, my 8-year-old. We did the whole Disney World, boom, boom, boom. You know, she's 8, so Magic Kingdom. She was just kind of like, I want to get on roller coasters, Dad. You know what I'm saying? She never liked Mickey Mouse from little.
Oh.
She was just like, nah, like I'm not. Princesses, she's cool with. We get to Disney World and they, you know, to see the princesses, you walk into like a little room where you get to take the photo. So
Yeah.
Princess Tiana's in the room with Rapunzel. She gives Rapunzel the illest
man.
shade. She only wants, she's like, I'll take a picture with Tiana. I was like, yo, you doing? She did not care about any other princess.
That's
at all.
hilarious. But honestly, that's representation.
Yeah.
Like
Of
it's way
course.
deeper than the surface level to see somebody who looks like you, who's portrayed as beautiful. Even when I got the role of Hillary, I just was like, okay, this is gonna change somebody's mindset. Like when I was a kid, if I wouldn't have seen the Cheetah Girls or Raven Simone, somebody with a pigment close to mine, I do not know if I would have believed as hard for the things that I wanted. Like there's something about seeing another black girl on your TV screen, especially like Hillary. She gets to wear beautiful outfits and be opinionated, be loved by her family, like be cherished and like tell people, no, I don't want to do that. Like these are things that will change some black girl's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way deeper than that. It's like...
Well, and the illest piece of you pointing that out is I don't think people who are not black don't understand that those choices that you just laid out, those items that you just ran through, are often not common for young black girls.
Yeah.
Right? Just because of the society demands or the demand that's been placed on a family dynamic or just all of the pressures that go on and are laid at the foot of and placed on the shoulders of black families by this society.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that black girls are dealing with that. And you come from what sounds to be like a very tight unit and you still needed it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, mom, dad, siblings,
Yeah.
sounds like y'all had it all locked. But when you walk out of that front door every day,
That world.
and
yeah.
the world hits you in certain ways and you don't
Right.
see yourself doing things, even if you come from a community, family that has everything in order, you still need those items.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially like psychologically, seeing other lighter girls get every job can mess with your literal mental health as a kid, as you're coming up in this world. But I think that's another reason too why I make songs like Caliber on my EP, because what I'm really saying is like, I have standards. Like, you're not just gonna be able to treat me any type of way, like get on my level. Like, can you bring something to the table? Are you just taking from me, you know? Because music is life. what you're saying in these songs becomes life. And I just be thinking like, I want to give girls another option. When they come to my concerts, we can cry about a nigga for like 2-3 minutes max. But the rest of the time is giving, let's turn up. We're beautiful. I mean, I want great things for myself. I'm going to get them. He might give them to me. The world's going to give them to me. Either way, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it myself.
Whatever.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all just more positivity, just because I realized when things started to change in my life, when like my circumstances started to change and people were paying attention to me again after years of what seemed like my world being over, it was because I was also speaking better things about myself and what I could have. Words are powerful. I really am intentional with the words that I put in my music. I want the girls singing my songs to be speaking life over themselves.
That period, you're making that period between Disney and now.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a tough time for you.
The Ghetto. I hated it.
Really?
It was very scary.
So this is because you just weren't getting work.
I wasn't getting work.
So you're just getting rejected.
A lot of rejection for sure, which comes with being an actor. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But it was rejection, and then music was always like my love, and so I couldn't, like, I got dropped from the label that I was with. I got signed at 15, and then I got dropped at like around 16, turning 17. So I was just like, what do I do? Like, I'm out here by myself. I don't have a team. I don't have management. Like, that was one of the main things that I would always pray for. I was like, I just need a team who knows what to do with me. Because I had management and I had a label, and they all didn't look like me. Yeah. They did not understand me. They just wanted to try this formula out on me. And so that was very scary and sad, you know, not having any clue what was going to change for me, or if it ever was. I was like, okay, do I have to have a plan B now? Like, what would my life look like? Should I go home? And I feel like it was scary both ways, but it was scarier to give up. And that's what I tell people, like, just don't give up that day. And then the next day, do the same thing and do the same thing.
Don't quit on your worst day.
Don't quit on your worst day. That's a fact. And then by the time you get where you need to go, you've learned so much about yourself and who you are that nobody can take those lessons from you, you know?
Coco Jones, as you can see.
Fabulous.
An amazing woman. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate y'all.
And we'll be here when the album drops too.
Okay. I will be coming back. Don't be saying that crazy shit. I'm going to be back even when I'm Beyonce with my British accent, okay? And I'll be talking like that.
British Beyonce?
Yeah.